Okay, so this question here, how many square centimeters are there in 1 square meter? The best way I can demonstrate this is by just drawing a couple of squares, okay? And you're going to sort of remember this in the test, because look in the wording of this question, it talks about that shape square, doesn't it, twice, okay? And that's why, in fact, I've drawn 2 squares, okay? Identical squares. And it will help you then to see how many square centimeters. And you might be surprised by the answer, okay? There's actually quite a lot. It's actually going to be quite a large answer. Now, I'm going to start off with 1 square meter, because it's asking now how many square centimeters are there in 1 square meter, right? So I've drawn 1 square meter here. And what we mean by 1 square meter, we just mean the square that's of side 1 meter, okay? So the length of that there is 1 meter, but also the width is also 1 meter, because it's a square, okay? And it's a square, it's 1 square meter, so 1 meter by 1 meter. Now I've drawn an identical square next to it, okay? It's identical, okay? It's exact same size, okay? But instead of writing 1 meter here, I'm going to actually write what it is in terms of centimeters, okay? So if that length is 1 meter, how many centimeters would that make? Okay, you need to know now how many centimeters there are in a meter, of course. That would be 100 centimeters, okay? The width here, okay, be identical, wouldn't it? That would also be 100 centimeters in a meter, okay? Now, because we're talking about area, right? Because we're talking about 1 square meter, we're talking about the area, basically, okay? And to work out the area here, I would do length times width, wouldn't I? I do 1 times 1, and 1 times 1 is just 1. So that's the area rate, 1 square meter, and that's what I write. 1 meter squared is another way of saying it, or 1 square meter, okay? 1 meter squared, or 1 square meter, okay? That's what it's talking about, the area. Now, for us to work out the area here, it's going to be identical to this, isn't it? Because they're identical, okay? But I'm going to do this in terms of centimeters, okay? So I'd need to multiply these, wouldn't I? So I'd need to do 100 times 100, okay? And of course, when you multiply 100 times 100, it's quite simple, because you ignore the zeros, and you do 1 times 1, which is 1, and then you work out how many zeros are there. So you've got 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros, 4 zeros. So you're going to have 4 zeros in your answer. So the answer then, in fact, is going to be 10,000 centimeters, 10,000 square centimeters. So that's what we're looking for. It's quite a lot, isn't it? So in other words, 1 meter squared is equal to 10,000 centimeters squared. And drawing diagrams, drawing 2 squares there really helps us to see why that's the case.